Hello, and welcome to On the Way. Just as I was getting ready for work today, I was in prayer and was led to pop on here for probably, I'm hoping, or I'm thinking, a quick episode. Excuse me. Got a scratchy throat this morning. But when I was in prayer this morning and in my devotion, I was led to start thinking about how I began to follow God so closely. And I know I've talked a little bit about when I was hiking in the hills of Germany, but I remember a specific day when I finally just gave everything over to God and said, I can't do this on my own. I was going through a difficult time in my marriage, and it affected me deeply because I didn't want another failed marriage. I didn't want to let go, and I was finding it hard to not love someone. So I went to God in prayer all the time. I was always seeking Him. But on this particular day, when I felt so broken, I dropped to my knees and I just cried and I said, I don't know how to do this anymore. Is this the life that you really have for me right now? Is this how I'm supposed to live the rest of my life? Because like I said, without going into any personal details, I was broken. And I just didn't know how to go forward in the new skin that I was having to develop. And what I heard was a definitive, be content. And it was difficult for me to be content because for me, what that meant was, this is your life. You need to be content. But now in hindsight, I know He meant, I've got more for you. But on that day, in the hills of Germany, just crying my eyes out with a broken heart, I said, I'm giving it all to you. You tell me to be content, so I surrender everything to you. I can't do this on my own. And in the years leading up to that point, God did teach me how to listen to Him. He taught me how to see Him in places that I would never have seen Him, to the point where I can now see Him anywhere I look for Him. So whenever I feel that distraught again, which I haven't, honestly, maybe a couple of times since then, but not since I've started this journey of traveling the country and bringing God to people, but since then, in the few times that I've felt that, or even felt a little down, because we all have disappointments, I reach for Him and I say, I surrender. I know you know what's best. I know what I want and I know what I think I need, but I surrender because I know that you've always taken care of me, and He has. When I say surrender, I don't mean that in a submissive way as far as abandoning, abandoning who we are, because God made us the creatures He made us. I still feel like you are to be true to yourself. And part of that is fighting against God's will, fighting what you know is right, but what you think you need. God's never wrong. And that's the difficult thing, I think, as humans, is we think we know what we need or want more than God does. So in those times when I'm feeling not so broken as I was back then, but lonely or disappointed or a little sad because I'm missing family or friends or whatever, I just remembered that His plan is greater than those days and greater than those feelings. I feel those feelings. I embrace them because He gave them to me. He built us to be the creatures that we are. So I can't deny those feelings. But then I talk them out with Him and I surrender them to God and I give them all to Him. And I say, I know you know what's best. Does it make me feel 100% better? No, I'd be lying if I said it did, because it doesn't. It does help. I feel His comfort. I feel His love. And I know that something else is brewing. I know that He's got something else for me. And it can be something as small as, I really wanted to take a walk to the beach today, and just being disappointed that I didn't get in because I was so busy or whatever. But those little things, they really don't matter. There are other things that do matter to us more. Relationships with friends and family, or a partner, or prospective partner for me, I should say. Those kinds of things. When we get disappointed or we're hurting because we miss someone, those are the difficult times for me. When I'm missing my family or friends, and I go to Him. I ask Him for comfort because I know I'm doing exactly what He wants me to do, and I'm exactly where He wants me to be. So I surrender again to Him, and I say, You're much better at guiding this life than I am. And it does make me feel better. It does bring me comfort. God has always brought me comfort. He brought me through some of the hardest times of my life. And I feel like it's because I completely surrendered to Him. And I serve Him in the way I feel He leads me to serve. Even if that just means bringing a smile on someone's face. Even for a few moments. Anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video and pop on here and say that. I should say God led me to. It was a beautiful prayer that I had this morning with Him. He does comfort me in a way that I can't even describe. If everyone could know this comfort and this peace, we would all surrender to Him. And I truly feel we'd have a much better world. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now. And remember, God loves you, and so do I. Have a great day.